Game videos, sorry about that. And as you can see, I am trying to downgrade my iPad back to iOS 10. Hopefully it works. As you can see, it flashed green. There it is. It's doing it. So yes, what I wanted to do for a long time is I wanted to downgrade this back to iOS 10 to experience that smoothness it got in the first place. And also, iOS 10 is the last version that supports 32-bit apps. And it's got to be one of the fastest versions of iOS on A7 chips. So, it took me about 2.5 hours to do this, to get the right plug in, plug out at the right second. And finally, I have done it. After 2.5 years of trying, I've finally got this iPad going to iOS 10. I'm really hoping it works. Let's watch it downgrade. I'd like to see this iPad on iOS 10 again. Bring back memories. It's doing its job. Alright, this is the verification stage. Don't screw up. And this is the part where it's checking the file system. I'm so nervous. Alright, it's now checking the file systems for errors. There goes all my data and stuff in it, but never mind. I wanted to downgrade it for quite a long time. I've always wanted to do this for a long time. The iOS Toolkit and Linux, it did a good job. Come on, you can do it. Alright, it's flashing the firmware. And it's done! The iPad has now flashed to iOS 10. It's done. Whoa, that took 2 hours to do. And there we go. It should show the line, and that means it is on iOS 10. There it is. Oh wow, look how fast it's doing already. Now I can actually connect this to 3.0 Tools. You can see it on iOS 10 for the first time in years. One day I'll do this to my 5, but I don't know. I think I'm not going to do it with my 5. Let's see if it worked. It's finally done it. I finally got it onto iOS 10. And yep, there it is. 10.3.3. It's downgraded. I finally got the iPad Air on its original firmware. There it is. It's finally on its original firmware, 10.3.3. Oh, I've always wanted to get onto that version for a long, long time. There it is. Now, as you can see, there it is. And it's also done the set process. And yep, there it is. Home button. Whoa, look how smooth it is. Yeah, that is iOS 10 UI. I recognise it. So yeah, I have done it. I have finally set this iPad to iOS 10. Whoa! Look how smooth it is. It's way better than iOS 12. Oh, wow. I thought this would fail. It actually worked on the third attempt. Alright, save activated. Don't get stuck. There we go, it's worked. No activation lock. That's a good sign. And there we go. Just an iPad Air running iOS 10. That means I've made this. That means I've made this iPad extremely rare now. I can make a lot of money doing this. And Siri. Ooh, there we go. iOS 10. Alright. Thanks for watching and subscribe. Is an iPad Air running iOS 10 in 2024. How I did this is how I downgraded this to iOS 10 using Linux and something called a RAM disk exploit, and it worked. So let's see the speeds on this thing. Let's open up calendar. Ooh, that's fast. 9th January. And photos. Ooh, that's fast. Get a look at the clock. Whoa, that's so fast. Notification. The taskbar everyone hates. Well, sort of. I don't mind it. App Store. Whoa, look how fast it is. That's so fast, and that's faster than iOS 12. 100%. Safari. Let's get a website loading. Let's load YouTube. See how fast it takes. Alright, speeds are normal. Now, since this iPad Air is running iOS 10, this means it's just become rare. And I can make a lot of money from this, but I'm not going to, because I like iOS 10. The sidebar takes a while to load everything up. I'm not doing that. This right here is an iPad Air, released in 2013. But here's a catch. Last night, I have just downgraded this iPad to iOS 10. I downgraded this iPad to iOS 10 because look how smooth it is. Woo. Look how fast it is. This is way faster than iOS 12. Look how fast this is. Wow. Now, you say that's fast. Now, I've got an iPhone 5S. This iPhone 5S is runs iOS 12. And they both have the same CPUs in them, A7. Now, can you see the speed difference? This one, and that one just loaded up instantly. Look at the blur effect. So beautiful. I wish Apple allowed downgrading, but do you know how I downgraded this iPad? It was quite a lot of hard work. It took me about 3 months to downgrade this iPad. But yes, it is way faster than iOS 12, and the best part about it is, iOS 10, you could run 32-bit apps. Let's go! And I don't have any 32-bit apps on here yet, but that'll be in another video. So anyways, next time I've got my iPad 2, which is also, people say this is slow, but I don't think it's slow. The animations are a bit slow, but I don't mind. But yeah, that's an iPad Air running on iOS 10 in 2024. If only Apple actually kept on this operating system, it would have been fine, but since it was iOS 12, it was slower. I said that hundreds of times. But that's just a quick explore of an iPad Air running on iOS 10. I could actually get quite a lot of use out of this. But inside of this iPad Air, if I unplug the wire, then the battery will just go flat entirely because the iPad battery is terrible. The battery capacity only holds only 5% of the battery. So it's technically nothing. While this old iPad 2 actually runs 100% capacity, which is kind of odd. Oh yeah, this iPad's just deactivated. Never mind. As anyways, thanks for watching and subscribe. See you later. And sorry for the too many words and confusion, but never mind. See you later. We'll do a dedicated part 2 to iPad Air running iOS 10. There you can see, so fast. But today I'm going to explore the apps. These are the apps. First, you got the calendar. Just a usual fast calendar. You've got your notes. I've not even set up the notes, but I'm going to do a note. Wow. 10. And also, what I like about iOS 10 is I like the lower definition voice of Siri. Hello, Siri.
Hello.
I prefer this Siri than the iOS 12 one. Just seems a bit more boring. Got the tips. What to do on iOS 11 or 10? Ooh, iOS 10. Just look how smooth it is and it's snappy. It's very snappy and it's very smooth. For just 10-year-old iPad, it just runs so well. Let's see how fast it downloads an app. Let's download something like... Oh, these are pretty big apps. I'm going to download Calculator, but it won't work. I'm going to show you how fast it downloads. Where's that? There we go. That was fast. But it never works. It only works on old iOS's. But yeah, that's how fast it is. So I've shown you most of the apps. Let's have a look at this. Here it is. Here's all the upcoming events and times. I prefer this than iOS 12. On iOS 12, browsing this menu is very laggy and very slow. Can you see? Can you see the lack of slowness? It just takes forever. While this is just instant. See this read? Oh, and it just died. Never mind. But look at this one. Boom. Instant. Oh, I forgot to add to. Boom. And that just added instantly with no... And everything's just loaded. iOS 10 is just perfect. iOS 10 is just perfect on iPad Air. And I'm glad there was a downgrade to this, because I actually wanted it on iOS 10 in the first place, but the previous people graded it. Alright, and not only that, since I downgraded this means this iPad has just become rare. And also it's actually an untethered downgrade, because if I reboot it, everything's working. Do you know how I did this? Well, I'm not going to make a how-to video just yet, but I just simply downloaded Linux, installed something called iOS Toolkit, dragged activate.sh in the terminal, and just select the IPSW, make sure device is in DFU mode and it works, and it should work. Just let you know your data will get lost. That's why the home page doesn't have that iOS 13 wallpaper and other stuff. But yeah, this is now a full video of an iPad Air on iOS 10. And it's for the untethered and it works perfectly fine. Alright, as anyways, I'm going to end the video here now. Thanks for watching. and subscribe. See you later.